Hey, welcome everyone to Wizards Outlook. We got Cardo W. Jr. with us again, right in the lines. With us as well, Wilson Tardy Jr. The Washington Wizards. Hey, this is the second time in 2 weeks. You were warned for a certain player on the for on the Nuggets to be aware of, and Payne Watson got to showing out tonight as he led the Nuggets past the Wizards 107-97. Cardo, I'll start with you and then Ray to get you guys thoughts on Peyton Watson, Peyton Watson's big night, and the Nuggets leaving DC with a 10-point win.
Yeah, actually, the Wizards, their defense kept them in the game. They actually played some good defense. Like I say, coming in, this is the best three-point shooting team in the league. Obviously, that might be different, with the metrics with Nikola Jokic, y'all, but they actually played good defense tonight, like good enough to win. Like it kept them in the game. The Wizards did. The problem was they couldn't make shots, and you got to give credit to the Nuggets defense. They were swarming them. They kind of identified the style that they played that's different than when Jokic is in the game, and they rely more on their wings. Like Peyton Watson was just unstoppable, man. 32 points and 10 to 16 shooting, 6 to 8 from deep, 6 to 6 from the free throw line. They couldn't do nothing with him. But on the opposite side, defensively, he was swarming, help side blocks like on Sar when he stared them down, rotating. Like they really made most of the Wizards, all of the Wizards for the most part, outside of Trey Johnson, highly inefficient. You say like a Keyshawn George scored 18, whatnot, but yeah, that their defense is the Nuggets defense is what won them the game, man. And then points in the paint, the size, 44 to 32 points in the paint. That we always bring up his name. I don't know why people just ignore this dude, Jonas Valanciunas, man, former Wizard. That's Sar. Look, Sar's getting there, but I don't think he'll ever get there with the strength of Valanciunas, man. That's a big dude. That's a big, strong. He moves people. You know what I mean? And like Sar bumped into him on the move and went down and was hurt. You know what I mean? Like he's a strong dude, and he had himself a game, 16-9. You know what I mean? 6 to 13 for the period. And I saw the Wizards trying to like pick on him a little bit to get him in foul trouble. It almost, and they couldn't do it, man. He's too smart. I mean, they did for the, but they gave him 5 fouls, but most of them came at the end and stuff like that when they were trying to, do the free throw game and stuff like that. But he controlled the paint. Let's just call it what it was, man. He controlled the paint, and this is a thing a lot of people don't understand. You don't have to be like Jokic. You don't have to be an elite rim protector to control the paint. Just be in there and just wall up and just be a big body in that joint. That could detour a lot of things and make people miss layups, and that's what happened with the Wizards. So you're not getting easy layups, easy baskets at the rim, and then you're not hitting shots from the outside. It's tough to win, even though your defense gave you the opportunity to win. You see what I'm saying? So, Aaron Gordon, he was inefficient. He scored enough, and then Jamal Murray, man, he got going in that third and fourth, man. He was kind of let Peyton Watson do his thing. And then he got ultra aggressive when it was winning time, like you would expect him to do. I mean, it's not often you could say he had like a kind of a quiet 24, but it was quiet because Peyton Watson was going off so much. But he had 24, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, on 9 to 17 from the field, 2 or 5 from deep, 4 or 5 from the 9, and like he killed him in the pick and roll, killed him spot up threes. He got to the rim. I want to say with ease. They made him work a little bit. They was throwing different traps at him, throwing different bodies at him to make him work harder, to have to dribble around to get to the basket. But he eventually got there, and once he got there was no resistance. So it was just too many guys on the Nuggets side offensively that had big nights combined with their defense, and that's why the Wizards, they put up a valiant effort. They went down.
Right.
Yeah, I wasn't too mad at the effort. Like Ariel pointed out, they did defend well for the most part. But yeah, Peyton Watson just had a night. Sometimes it just happens that way. It feels better than just them just not being present on that end. But yeah, they just couldn't throw a rock in the ocean. Um, on top of what Denver was doing on both sides of the ball. It was a tie game with about 7.5 minutes left. But just down the stretch, Denver was able to make a few more plays for them to get the win. Yeah, Valanciunas, like the Wizards are already thin up front. When you got to deal with somebody like that, it's tough, man. They Keyshawn George. I mean, he had 12 boards. So he kind of got his nose in there and dug in. Sorry, at 8. But yeah, that's that's a lot to ask. Valanciunas, he's one of the strongest players in the league. He can move stuff around down there, and yeah, it takes a lot to counter that. But for the most part, yeah, their downfall was just their inability to score, and then the few Nuggets players that got loose, it was just enough to get them over the hump.
All right. As always, I think we know who it is, but gotta put it up there. Player of the game for you
Peyton,
guys.
Peyton Watson for sure.
Mr. Watson.
X Factor.
I'm gonna roll with Valanciunas, man.
Yeah,
With the way he can control the paint.
I really wish everyone understands just how large of a human being Valanciunas is. Like the type of dude that takes up space while minding his business. Um, but yeah, for Washington, their next game is Saturday on the road against the Hornets. I think that game was supposed to start at 6. Cardo, you set that update. I think it's getting moved to noon now because
Yeah,
of the inclement weather on Saturday. So with that being said, we'll check in with you guys on Saturday. See how the Wizards fare on the road against the Hornets. Y'all have a great evening.